Good day, children. Are you ready for our story for today?
Yes!
So let's start. Our story for today is Merlia.
Yay!
Once upon a time, there lived a tiny mermaid under the sea. She lives in a periwinkle shell. Her name is Merlia, the tiny mermaid. Merlia is so tiny that she is often mistaken for a gurgle, a droplet, or a little bit of foam. Because she is so tiny, Merlia's friends are sparkle plankton. They dance together under the waves at night. Sometimes Merlia spins out to the surface of the water and leaps out for seconds. One day, as Merlia was with her friends playing through the waves, she rose up and up until she reached the surface of the sea. She was like flying in the air as her green hair trailing behind her. But as quick as a whippet, a large fish snapped and swallowed her. The large fish thought that she was a little fish and decided to have her as a snack. Inside the body of the fish, it was cold and slippery, and Merlia could not see. She could hear her heartbeat, and she did not know which way to go to escape. She slid down to the throat of the fish and into its belly, where she saw the most curious thing. Plastic tidbits, plastic bottles, bottle tops, chin wrappers, silky knots of forgotten fishing lines, and torn roses of plastic bags. Merlia pushed her arms through the filmy gloom, but there was no end of plastic. Inside that murky belly, she curled up on a biscuit bag and fell asleep. Merlia did not know it, but as she slept, the large fish hurting rapidly through the ink darkness. It swims far, far away from Merlia's home, deep into the Pacific Ocean where land is only a memory. In the morning, Merlia woke up and the plastic had welled up against her. In fright, she pushed them away. And something inside the fish felt strange. It was a tickle that turned into a sneeze, and suddenly the fish coughed. In a turbulent wave, out a tiny mermaid. Merlia found herself bubbling alone in the bright ocean. Merlia felt tired from her journey in the fish. In the reef, she found a periwinkle shell to climb inside and sleep until he felt better. But when Merlia got to the reef, it was not a reef at all. It was an island of plastic, pulsing and groaning like a living thing. It was the most terrible monster Merlia had ever seen. Merlia did not feel that a terrible monster like this should be in the ocean. As she went closer, she saw many fish that were trapped inside. She also saw the large fish that swallowed her, trapped in a silky fishing line. The fish looks terribly sad. Merlia was so tiny that she could not do much, but she could do something. "Help!" Merlia shouted with her tiny little voice. Then a large whale heard her heart and stopped. The whale saw the fish and nodding it with his nose. The fish is now free. A passing boat saw the whale stop, and the people on the ocean come to investigate. They leaned over the boat and hid handfuls of plastic into the buckets and released the trapped animals. They cleaned the ocean as much as they could and helped every trapped animal. Merlia may have been small, and her voice even smaller, but that small voice freed many animals that day. And she used it many times again to help the boat find the trapped animals and free them from the surrounding plastics. Merlia has now found a new periwinkle shell, and her plankton friends found her. She introduced the fish, which is now her good friend too. Sometimes, when the plankton is not around, Merlia and the fish ride at the waves in the silvery, cool, clean, wild waters of the sea. The end. That's all for today. What have you learned in the story?
Ilabay sa saktong basurahan aron dili madatang isda.
Very good. What else?
Yeah. Ilabay sa saktong basurahan aron sabon.
Very good. Dayon?
Para dili mamatay ang isda.
Oh. Dayon?
Para dili magas.
Oh. Sakto. We must throw our garbage properly so that it will not reach in the ocean and harm many fishes. That's why we must clean our surroundings and be responsible in our garbages. Again, thank you students, thank you kids, and that's the end of our story. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.